Okay guys, before we do get into this in-depth guide, a little disclaimer that I do in most of my guide videos. Any way you play your build is fine. I'm just making this video for people who want to learn new tactics in Hakuda, or people who want to get better with Hakuda as a whole. And if you are new to Hakuda as a whole, I've left a link to my beginner Hakuda guide in the description below, or you can click the icon within the top right corner of the video. But without further ado, let's get into the video. And a warning before we get into the video: if you do not watch the video till the end, you will not get all the information that you are looking for, so I highly recommend that you watch it till the end. But knowing that most of you will not watch till the end, let me get over the important stuff first. Before the important stuff though, let me tell you the basics, just in case you don't know because you play one race within the game. Hakuda is unique to each race within Type Soul. What I mean by this is that each race within Type Soul have their own unique Hakuda crit. So when you press R, you basically have a different crit if you are a different race. For Shinigami, you basically punch forward, the basic M2. For Rankars, you swipe up, which can give you more airtime. I'll explain that later. And for Quincy's, it depends on your weapon. And I'm not going to go in depth on the weapons of Quincy because that is way too long. So I will be going over our Rankar Hakuda first. The reason why is because I see it the most. I don't see Soul Reaper or Quincy as much as I see a Rankar. So with Rankar, I'm assuming you already know the basics already, so I'm just going to be talking from a comboing standpoint and things that you want to look out for, and skill box moves. So as a Rankar, you want to make sure that you are utilizing your M1s and your M2. Your M1s proc bleed damage, and this bleed damage can help enormously because it basically is true damage at the end of the day. Once you get the hit in, there is no armor, no nothing that can reduce its damage, so you want to make sure you weave that in. The best time to actually weave in M1s is when you get into your air combo. To get into this air combo, you guys already know that you can use Tora Reach, Shori, or your M2. But the best thing to do to get into the combo is to make sure that you use Tora Reach when someone is blocking, and you want to use Shori when someone cannot see you, so you can catch them off guard, because Shori can be blocked, Tora Reach cannot be blocked, Shori and Tora Reach can be parried as well. So once you're within the air combo as a Rankar, you want to make sure, you won't be able to do this all the time, but make sure you M1 before you do another combo, because that M1 will basically continue the bleed proc and continue the increase with the damage. Now, if you're going against someone who loves parrying, you want to make sure that you hold your combo for maybe 1 second or half a second and make sure that they block so that you can basically block break them as they fail to parry your combo, so that you can go into more combos. Now, I am going to go into Soul Reaper Hakuda. So with Soul Reaper Hakuda, your M2 basically sells. When you M2, it just pushes you forward. Now that is if you do not have Advanced Shunko, but I will not tell you about Advanced Shunko just yet. With Soul Reaper, I recommend, if you are not going Shunko, that you go basically everything into Hakuda. Now, I never played Advanced Shunko. I only went 50 into Hakuda because of the Spine Rend, and I'll tell you why that Spine Rend is important later within the video. So with Soul Reaper, you don't get any real good buff. You don't get an M1 buff, you don't get a M2 buff unless you go Advanced Shunko. To go Advanced Shunko, you need to go 25 speed and you need to go 40 Hakudo. I don't know if the requirements have changed because I have not went Soul Reaper Hakudo within a while, so if it has, please tell me in the comments down below. But previously, I remember those are the requirements for Advanced Shunko, Soul Reaper Hakudo. So now you have Advanced Shunko. Advanced Shunko, it changes your M2 to basically a Rankar M2, but with more range. That's the best way I can explain it, and it gives you enhanced M1s, basically auto attacks. And those M1s pulsate, and when they pulsate, they pull in the target, so you can continue your combo. It comes out every second hit or third hit, I believe, and this gives you much potential. I've seen people hybrid build with Soul Reaper, Advanced Shunko, like with speed. I've never seen a Kendo build. Maybe that'll come up soon, but I don't have any information on hybrids you can go. All I can just say is later within the video, you want to apply the techniques that I'm going to tell you. Now, Quincy Hakuda. I don't know anything about Quincy Hakuda. I'm not going to lie. I have not played Quincy Hakuda at all, but everything is basically the same as a Rankar, depending on what weapon you have, or Soul Reaper. The only difference is the weapon M2 that does not give you extra airtime. I don't believe any Quincy weapons give you extra airtime like the Rankar's M2 does. So now let us get into the techniques with Hakuda. So basically the techniques with Hakuda is you want to make sure you utilize all your abilities properly and that your cooldowns are never all on at the same time. You don't want to spam your abilities. You don't want to, you know what I mean? You don't want to just throw everything out. I mean, that is basic rule of thumb when you're doing anything, anywhere. You don't want to show all of your cards. You want to make sure you wait till your opponent is out of abilities to counter yours and go in for a strike. Now, abilities you want to make sure you keep on hand. Now, this is for all races within Type Soul. It's not secularly set for one race. You want to make sure. Now, this does not apply to you if you have Advanced Shunko. You want to make sure that you have Spine Rend. The reason why is because you can flip a whole combo. You can flip someone's whole combo by just using Spine Rend within the air. I only figured this out recently, but this is extremely strong as a counter. If someone Toru reaches you into the sky, into the air, and tries to go into another combo, you just use Spine Rend, and it'll turn into your combo. You will start comboing them, basically negating their whole engage. Now, if they have Spine Rend, they can turn the combo on to you as well. So you want to make sure that you only really use this when you know that their Spine Rend is not up. Next thing that I want to talk about with Hakuda, all races. This is not secular to any race, like I said before. You want to make sure you get 2 skill box moves. These 2 skill box moves will help you tremendously. You want to get Death Flare and you want to get Shori. The reason why you're going to get Shori is because it's basically an instant airtime starter. And Shori doesn't really have a wind up, if you know what I mean. You do teleport behind the person or in front of the person, whatever angle you teleport, but it really doesn't notify them except for the flash step noise, which when you get used to, yes, you can parry, you can jump out of, but most of the time, if you are throwing out a beam or another ability that blindsides the opponent, you can use Shori within that combo and you get into an air combo. Death Flare. Now, Death Flare on land, you basically get an auto grip, like auto grips people on the floor, and in the air, it extends your combo, and it's just all around good. You want to get it, execute, air combo. There's nothing that's bad about it. Now, the third skill box move that I'm not mentioning is, I don't know how you even say it, Genenemi or whatever. I don't think it's good at all because it basically can be predicted, it can be blocked, and it can be parried. It basically wastes your whole time, and I don't think that it could be useful for a straight Hakuda build, but it might be useful for a hybrid build, maybe within the future. I don't know yet. So, now that you know about the counters and you know about the techniques, now is the actual playing Hakuda. Now, I know people say that, oh yeah, Hakuda's busted, Hakuda's this, but if you actually fimble with Hakuda, you're not gonna get anything done. What you really want to do is, I guess, read your opponent. This is just basic combat things that you do within every type of combat game, I guess. You want to read your opponents and count their abilities. You want to make sure that their abilities are on cooldown so that when you use your combo, they will not be able to counter. You see, my build is Hakuda and Stark, and before I use Shori, I make sure that I use Wolves so that once it hits, either they get ragdolled and I use Shori, I get a free Shori and Spine Rend off, free Hakuda combo off, maybe, or their posture gets sky high, which will let me be able to posture break them with either an M2 or a Toru Reach. You also want to make sure that you are not filling your hotbar up or trying to keybind this and that. You want to make sure you have a hotbar that can be mixed and matched with combos so that you can never run out of damage. Because I've seen some people within 1v1s, yes, ranked, they basically do one combo and they're at a loss. They don't know what else to do. My best advice to you, if you've gotten this far within the video, and if you have, thank you, is to use 2 abilities at a time. If you can't get into an air combo with one ability, then you just wait. But if you do get into an air combo and use your second ability, that third ability is basically guaranteed. Even if they might parry so well, at least you got the damage of the 2 abilities and you have the rest of your abilities off of cooldown that you can also use to react to the mistakes of your opponent. But yeah, this is a long guide, and if you did make it to the end of the video, thank you. Make sure you do subscribe if you're not already. Like the video so that other people who may need this or want to see it can see it. Comment down below if you've gotten this far, Hakuda. And make sure, most importantly, to have a great day and see you guys within the next video.